this is not my first hate crime that I've ever experienced. But it was especially impactful because it was exactly how trans people die. And I'm actually so excited to be able to talk about it here. I had thought about trying to figure out a segment on my podcast, but it's really nice to be held, and have other people who are running the podcast. So I appreciate the space for it. So trigger warnings for anybody who's listening. We're going to talk about a transphobically motivated hate crime that also includes some like just general general sexist violence, but I won't go into details too much. But the reason that it was so impactful is because it's exactly how trans people die. It was a situation where somebody expressed interest in me, which every woman out there has experienced, and many trans people have experienced. And then when he realized that I was not trans, when he realized that I was trans, it became violent. Um, and he actually ended up like turning the whole situation around and calling the cops on me for indecent exposure, which is historically the law that has been used to police trans people throughout modern history. So that was also just a really horrific experience. And luckily, I was able to leave before the cops showed up. I had lots of support. I was at a public place at a restaurant, and the restaurant staff was fantastic about it. But yeah, I think that is what's so scary about it is I live in an area that is incredibly trans affirming. There's a lot of trans people here. And even so, transphobic violence is going up. Hate crimes are going up among my friends. I passed a stop sign the other day that said "kill trans kids." Um, and so I think there's this we're living in this political climate right now where these kind of behaviors have become emboldened, right? It's become more acceptable and more okay. And so trans people are going to continue to experience these things at increased rates. We're going to be continuing to be impacted in our everyday lives. For me, it was sitting at a restaurant. I was getting ready to give actually an erotic poetry workshop. So I was, dressed a little slutty, but there's still that shame. It was what I was wearing. It was my fault, right? All of these narratives that women experience when they experience sexual violence and harassment, and also trans people are not exempt from that experience. Um, so yeah, I think that is like a little overview of that.